Whoa, be more for real.
Isn't it for real? And a Wednesday again.
Be more for real. We in here.
Absolutely,
Yes, sir.
we in here.
Yes, sir. And we have some special guests, and it's a special day for us. Be more for real. Brought to you by way of Real Explosion. Let's give a round of applause for that, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
Hey, look, it's Uncle Wayne. We got a slight late start, but a very good show for you tonight. Juneteenth, y'all.
Juneteenth, a very underrated, under-celebrated holiday, as well as these brothers, these guests that we have here today. Sorry about that.
Slight delay.
We're going to go ahead and introduce our guests. We're going to let them introduce themselves. Go ahead and introduce yourself, big brothers.
It's your boy YR3 with Money Committee.
Just a little.
Mr. Mahad Rose, Money Committee, CEO, co-CEO, Mr. Mahad.
Welcome,
Yes, sir.
brother. Welcome.
What's good, brother? How are you? Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, it's June.
Yes,
Get some
sir.
appreciation for Juneteenth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The Juneteenth.
Yeah, we got a little difficulty in sound, y'all. You got to work with us today, y'all. It's only going to be a short.
Man, work with us. We still got it. Juneteenth. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Just a couple of slight technical difficulties. We'll work through it. It's nothing that we haven't experienced in the past.
We work through it. We always work through it. Just welcome, y'all. It's Wednesday again.
What's really popping on the docket though is Juneteenth, and we already had a conversation, and we're gonna see how y'all feel about it. Before we get into y'all, we just gonna see how y'all feel about it.
We all
we coming into June the 4th as well, and we're gonna have people, especially
July,
black people,
yeah.
barbecuing and all that stuff. Why don't we celebrate Juneteenth? What is the stigma about not celebrating Juneteenth, even though it's a newly found holiday that we figured out for us?
I mean, me personally, I just think a lot of African Americans, blacks, however you want to say it, but I think a lot of us just did not know about the holiday, but also, like a lot of people did not talk about it at all. I know it's kind of a new holiday, but I mean, it's always been around like that. It's always been there, but it's just like a lot of people just didn't even the elders, we never had that conversation. That never was something there. Me personally, I think once COVID hit and they shut a lot of stuff down, it made people, all right, since I'm sitting here, I can do certain research, or I see something, let me research it, or dag, now, what was that, 2020 or 2021?
20.
Of course, when Juneteenth came around that year, we definitely was all locked down. So it was like,
your little dumbass had to pay attention.
Right, I see people posting it. Now I got the time to look at it. So it was like so many people in the last few years been talking about. I think now people are starting to get on board, but
I never thought about that, but you're right.
Right.
because
You know
you
what I mean?
had to slow that ass down and pay attention.
Correct.
And we got to pay attention to some stuff that was only attention for us that we should have been paid
Correct.
attention to. But you're
And then
right.
like our elders and stuff, like of
Should have
course,
been toward
you
us,
know,
huh?
we get a lot of history, you know, our elders, the grandmothers, grandfathers, you know, they may have mentioned it here and there, but it wasn't like something like, hey, look, Juneteenth, make sure 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. July 4th, of course, everybody is so used to, man, you requesting off work, we doing this cookout, this. I mean,
Yeah.
since we've been doing that for decades, I think it's going to take some time. You know what I
Well,
mean?
we're gonna go ahead and clap
Yeah.
it up for that.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
good.
man.
Very good.
Let's go ahead and clap it up
Very
for
good
that.
in that.
BMore4Real with us, man. They said hello, my brothers.
Our
What's up, BMore4Real? We appreciate
family.
you guys for being with us, man.
BMore4Real.
We definitely appreciate you guys.
Family.
If this is your first time viewing us, make sure you like, share, subscribe as well. We on the road to 1K. So as we digress, let's get into you guys, man. Let's tell them the beautiful things about you guys and why you guys are here today. You know what I'm saying? You guys create music. You guys do a lot of things in the community.
Yeah.
You personally are a lifelong friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? And you know you have your father obligations and duties, and also as well as husband obligations. So how are you guys as people, and what do you have going on personally, and what business you got going on? You want to share that with the people for us?
I mean, he did say lifelong friend. He was talking about you, but you know, I
There's
started.
the lifelong
it's-
friend in there.
Yeah,
Go
No,
ahead.
for real though.
Yeah,
We've been cool
Like,
for a while. Like,
well, I mean,
a
ever since I
decade.
met him. Ever
A
since I met him.
decade. I can start it though, but you know, all we do is really just make music and stay out the way. Far as being a husband, I'm just here to take care of my girl and my kids and stay out the way.
Yeah,
That's all it
man.
is.
Yeah,
How many
man.
kids do you have?
3,
Can I ask the ages?
11, 8, and 4.
Oh, you got them at that age. Yes, indeed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they keep me out the way. Though.
I mean, Father's Day just came around as
Yeah.
well too. Did you do anything for Father's Day?
Should
Just
have
spend time with
relaxed.
them.
Just
Yeah,
spend time.
there
Just
you go.
spend
You hear
time.
that?
That's a
That's
day.
a father. You know what
That's,
I mean?
that's a day.
and
That's a
that's
day.
a
We're gonna go
vibe.
ahead and clap that up.
And I looked on social media too. Y'all realize it wasn't hardly. I made a post about this on the gram. It wasn't hardly no damn
Mhm.
posters, flyers, ads, no Hallmark
No
commercials.
commercials, no none of
Man,
that.
I mean, I was. It was a lot, man.
We
I was
about to get
looking-
into
I mean, that's the same thing every year, though.
Yeah, I know, man.
We
Look.
do go through this as fathers, and I'm glad we are talking about this because you know fathers are the ones that really don't get the recognition that they deserve up front, and
At
it's
all.
it has its challenges, but it also has its benefits as well.
And when I made my post that I did on the gram about it, it was just one comment that kind of stuck with me because you know also it's Pride Month and it's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month as well too. After like people was arguing with me like crazy on the gram, TikTok,
Some of
everything
the
that I posted
comments.
this video on. And just one comment this person said was just like, if you realize like for gay pride, they're so vocal about it and they've been so vocal for years trying to get some type of recognition. When they come to good fathers, it's very rare that good fathers or just fathers period come together and just speak out to the public about it. We kind of just chunk it up like, hey, look, shit, I'm being a good father. Shit, that's all that matters. But we never speak about it, have these platforms and stuff to talk about it. So the world is not going to show interest in it if we don't even necessarily want to talk about it
There
in
you
public
go.
as well. So that it made me
I
think.
agree.
It made me think like, dang, that is a fact. Like, it's very rare. Out of all the people I know that's fathers, it's very rare that we actually are talking about it on social platforms and making people aware. Like, yo, yeah, I'm a good father, or even still, yeah, I got some work to do, but at least having the conversation in front of the masses. And that's why nationwide you don't see them things on TV about Father's Day as much as like a Mother's Day and all of that, because women just naturally being women, they talk about stuff all the time on social media. But fathers,
That's a very interesting
rare
take.
that
You
we
being
have
a
that
father and a
conversation.
husband, though, how do you feel about the situation? And what's your standpoint? How you feel?
As long as I know I'm playing my part, I don't worry about it.
You don't worry about nothing.
Nah. Long
Yeah.
as they know
We gonna clap
they
that up.
good, and long as they happy. That's all right.
And which is great. We had, and listen, I'm Uncle Wayne. I feel you. I'm at that age. I try to push Father's Day, so I had an event, a Father's Day event. I had at our hall. I pushed it to come up there. You, every time I passed one of the flyers out that said a Father's Day event, you should saw what response I got in return. It was so negative, it was sad. But just like you said, fathers have to get together and push that issue because remember, we have to live by example.
And then
Most
even still
definitely.
too, like not every father is the same. Some people they might be slacking on the job or whatever. That's not saying that it's cool, but still, us as men and fathers, we also need to hold each other accountable and not be afraid to have that conversation with whether you know them or not. Just like, oh, why, yo, you doing this? Nah, don't do that, brother. Just keep on doing this. This is what your kids gonna see. Having that conversation between us, and it's
There
very
we
rare
go.
we do.
There.
Women, they can have that conversation. They could just make a post like, I've been working, I'm a single mother doing this by
I'm a
myself,
mother
and
and a father.
1,000 women are
I'm a
gonna
mother
comment
and a
on this
father.
post to have this
You're
conversation.
not a mother and a father. You
Like,
cannot be a
you,
father.
you see what I'm saying?
Not at
So
all.
You cannot be a father.
I
You
just
can
say we
say it
be
all
more
day.
vocal.
You cannot be a mother and a father.
Correct.
Mothers, you cannot. You could be the best mother you can be in the world.
Right.
You cannot be a mother and a father. And remember what the Bible says: honor thy father and thy mother. And you people run around and say, honor thy mother and thy father. No, look in the Bible. It says it clear: honor thy father and thy mother. Look, God says it for a reason. The problem is we need to stand up and be living examples of who we are. You understand? And things will change. That's why it's so one-sided here, because us as
I agree
fathers
with you.
need to be who we are. And nobody in the Bible said father's supposed to be perfect. That doesn't make sense. No one's perfect.
Ain't nobody perfect.
No. We just need to be the father that we are, and that is who we are.
And us as men, especially black men, we need to be open to criticism, positive critique.
There
A
we
lot of
go.
people think like me and him talk all the time. So it's kind of like even if he say, "Hey yo, don't do that," "Hey yo, nah, dude, whoop de whoop this" with your kid, it's just like I don't take it as he's trying to attack me. I have patience enough and intelligence enough to be like,
Village
you know
helping
what?
out.
He is right. All right, let me
Village
think about
helping
it
out.
this way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a lot of men out here who, sad to say, are very either insecure or very emotional
Just said
about
it.
however their
Said
life
it.
has
It's
went and been.
insecure.
So now it's like
What it is.
you think somebody's trying to attack you. No, brother, I just want to see you be a better version of yourself. Nobody said that this was going to happen overnight. Nobody said that this was going to be easy, especially as black men in a city like Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hoods around the country, but ain't too many cities like Baltimore. So something like this, just be open to critique and don't think somebody's trying to attack you. We
That's an
just be
awesome
saying things
point.
to help you.
And take a village to
That's a
raise
fabulous
children.
point.
It does.
That's a fabulous point. And I would say this because I'm a father as well. Shout out to my boys. They work on the cameras as well. I got a third boy. He a
There
baby.
we
He
go.
can't work
Prime
the camera.
example.
Shout out to my father. Shout out to my boys. You know what I'm
Give
saying?
Ellen applause.
Shout out to my father. Shout out to my
Absolutely.
father as well, who raised me. You know what I'm
Training
saying?
him to understand it. Very good.
Shout out to them. But you know the thing that I think a lot of us don't discuss as men and as fathers is because we're disciplinarians and we're kind of like stern on them. They don't understand that type of love. You know, we heard about tough love and all that other stuff, but
I was just about to say that.
do we really know what tough love is? You know what I'm saying? When you really have somebody that say, yo, when you mess up, I'm gonna be right there grilling you down and hounding over you, making sure you make the right choice in life. You know, there's a quote also that says, all children deserve parents, but all parents does not deserve children. And you know, that's a fact as well. You know what I'm saying? Because
That's God's decision.
we don't give them proper guidance and provision and
Not
things
our
like that
decision.
that we should, just basic things. You know what I'm saying? Basic necessity things of kids. Kids don't need $30,000 a month or however they want to split the child support. That's another conversation for another time. But as far as having a father figure, a structure, somebody that can guide them and lead them through life. That's invaluable. That's priceless. You cannot put a price on that. And a lot of kids that don't and didn't have their fathers, they spend a lifetime trying to get that type of relationship that you can't really fix. And me being a father and having a father, I realized that missing link between a lot of us men. It's like when you look at another man, you like, yo, who raised you? And it doesn't matter if you didn't have a father, but did you have an uncle, a cousin, a big brother, somebody? Did you have a grown ass man in your life to show you the do's and don'ts about life? Because these are some things that you do and you don't do. You know what I'm saying? As men, and we always need somebody like that in our corner, and we gotta appreciate those fathers because they're the main ones.
But okay, not to cut you off. See, I'm Uncle Wayne. The father needs to be in the child's life, as well as the uncle and a lot of other male figures. But the father, this is where my problem come in. Us men in Baltimore run around and and create the children, but don't take care of them. This is where my problem come in. I have no excuses for men who don't take care of their children. You have to understand something. When you have children, they are blessings from God because there are some people that can fuck all day and night and cannot make children. True facts.
Facts.
Yeah, but
Some brother, every time they fuck, make a child. Do you understand?
Man.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
So
We
you
know.
have to understand. These are
We know.
blessings from God. God chose you to procreate because if not, you won't get that reason. You have to understand. And if you take care of what you procreate, you see your life gets better. Most of us try to cut it out because we're selfish to ourselves. But if you do take care of what's yours, you find out your life gets better. But if you take shortcuts, you will pay for that. Hey, I'm Uncle Wayne. I'm 61. I'm telling you word to the wise.
Right.
Ain't no shortcuts.
word to the wise. Word to
Hey.
the wise.
I agree.
What? All right, as we digress, man, we gotta get into y'all, man. We gotta get into what y'all got going
Gotta
on.
tell us
You
more.
guys are the stars of the show, so let us know what you got
And
going on.
welcome
What you
to
guys do, man.
BMore4Real.
we got a single. Well, I'll say the single we got is called "Ride It." That's about to come out, and hopefully, if things go how it's supposed to go, we got another song called "Ocean Eyes," featuring my brother Goody and
Yeah. Single. Honestly, it's just
Goody
it's just
and
visuals.
somebody else on that.
You said oceanized?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Where did that
It's
name
a it's
come
a
from?
dope track.
it's a very
It's
deep
a
song.
dope, yeah.
Where did the
It's a
name
dope
come from? Oceanized. I mean, it already sounds intriguing.
The guy who did the chorus, I mean, actually, he came up with it, and it was on the
Yeah.
fly. Like it was just literally we
on a
heard the beat,
freestyle.
like
For
just
real.
freestyling,
Yeah.
Just
freestyling
out
it
the blue, out the round.
out the blue. He ain't
We all
had
just
like
sitting in the studio. He playing beats.
we probably
And
did that song in like no more than 45 minutes tops. Like
Wow.
and it was from scratch. Like he literally had parts of the beat. He added some stuff to the beat. And after the first guy rapped,
I went first.
yeah, it was.
I went first.
Yeah, it was you. Look. I'm thinking about him doing
Not
the chorus.
Tyson. We want to hear some of
I
this.
apologize. After he rapped some of his, like just going over some of the lines before he actually recorded it, the guy was like, "Dad," he just thought of it like, "Man, I got the perfect chorus." So then when he said that chorus, we was like, "Damn, this shit is about to be perfect." So he finished his
So that's what I said. Let
record.
me
He
hop
rapped first
one
on
side,
there.
though.
I rapped second on there. My brother Goodmo, OGS, he rapped on there, the third verse on there. Like it literally, we completed that song within like 30, 45 minutes.
That's
Sitting there.
Where can
Crazy.
you find it? Tell us again.
We haven't released it yet.
We ain't released
it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what we
Well,
trying
man,
to.
you
We
can
plan
come
on
release
releasing.
it with us. You
That-
see what
that-
I mean?
that's crazy
We in
work.
Tyson, you see? 'Cause this
Man,
sound
that's
like we wanna
crazy work.
hear
You said
this.
45 minutes you laid that track on a freestyle
Yeah,
tape.
we
Oh
want to hear
man,
more about this.
that's a must. That's a must see. That's a must hear.
Y'all working on the video?
When you do
Yes.
release it though, will it be available like on Spotify or something like
Everywhere,
that?
Everywhere.
Apple Music,
They say they working on the
Spotify,
video now.
all that.
They
And
working
I
on
can
the
honestly
video.
say too,
No,
we
working
definitely
on
try to
the-
get the visuals. Like and I can peers, including me myself. A lot of times we get caught up in doing the writing and just recording. I can honestly say from day one, it's been for years. He always been pushing that visual. Yeah, you can do the writing of the song and recording, but people need to see you. People, when they see you, they start to feel these songs even more. And I can definitely give credit to him, Wild3, because he's been like that since day one. And literally every time we release a visual, it's like the swarm of just about time y'all did the video. Oh, y'all look dope. And we always choose some dope videographers. So it's not like it's some crappy product when we actually release it. Nah, like we actually, the videos look damn near perfect, everything. And I can honestly credit him for that. So thank you, Wild3, for getting these visuals out here. But definitely, yeah, for
He's
the
doing
Ride
his
It
work.
song, right?
He's
Like,
getting it done.
definitely when it comes to that song Ride It, that we trying to
We release
put
that
out
too.
there, and the song Ocean Eyes.
We're going to
trying
look
release
forward
that
to
within
it,
the
bro.
next month or
We're going
two.
to look
Yeah,
forward
we look
to
forward
it.
to that, man.
Absolutely.
The
We're gonna
reason
look-
why I looked at like the videos, everybody do want to see us, but most of all with mixtapes. If your first two songs ain't hard, ain't nobody listening to that.
Right.
Sure fact.
So you about to have a what?
That's
about
how you
10
draw them in.
songs?
Right.
And no visuals.
You just
Like-
wasted all of that.
So it's kind of
Recording
sort of
and
like
money
your
and
first
everything.
impression could be your last.
And honestly,
Most definitely.
all of this, I mean, visuals always been important, but definitely since COVID, when they really like shut everything down, people wanted to see you. Like people like
Right.
COVID being locked down for I know a certain amount of months, it
They wanna
caused
see
people
something.
to want to see you. That visual, they want to, regardless of what it is, whether it's going live on the gram, Facebook, whatever it is, TikTok, anything. They want to see and hear what you're doing. They want to feel like they connected to you. And that's them visuals, the idea of just creating those visuals for everything.
Right.
Definitely came from this young man right here.
I even say right now, if you ain't no stream, ain't nobody ain't listening to no whole mixtape.
Right.
Unless you got a whole name. But even still, it's a lot of people with names, whether locally, however you want to put it, they putting out these tapes. And then you only got one visual, but the tape got 17 tracks
Yep.
on it. So it's
Yep.
kind of like, yeah, you
My
did a
thing is
visual
this
to the
though.
part of
They
the song.
say you gotta take over the city first, right? You know that Migos track. What's that Migos track? This is what it is. Young YR, and he was like, if you want to, he said, if you want to be a big rap artist, basically you got to take over your town. You got to take over the city. But the thing is, if you want to take over the city, a lot of times it's like, yo, you got the people outside the cities that actually follow you, because people in the city ain't gonna follow you until you got a wave. And that's that crab in the bucket mentality that we was talking about with Baltimore, which we gonna make sure that we be more for real about. We gotta exacerbate that point. We gonna make sure that we support our people. We gonna make sure that y'all know their names and what they doing. At the end of the day, at the end of this broadcast, we gonna make sure y'all know. Y'all go ahead and follow them, and y'all can do y'all due diligence to make sure that we support these
Absolutely.
brothers.
And look
for
out
real.
for this single that's coming out. That's what it is. But you also know, like this too, a lot of times people get famous for different reasons. Now
Yeah.
with Baltimore, they got to make enemies before they become famous.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yep.
Become the most hated.
Yep.
That's the
And
sad
then-
part about it.
Right.
It's like you gotta make beef. You know, like that Tupac and
It's
Busy
crazy.
beef. It gotta be that deadly beef.
But why is it like that? Can you all fill me in? Tell me why it's that way.
Because positivity is born in people. That negative,
Facts.
it give everybody. It ain't even music. Look at like VH1, like Love and Hip Hop. You think if it was peaceful, everybody would look at it?
So-
Definitely.
So, given all those
Facts, the way you
circumstances,
said.
what would y'all say is the biggest? Because, I mean, you guys actually do this. You guys actually rap. You make videos. You take time out of your day and money out of your paychecks and wallets to invest in this craft. What would you say is the most challenging aspect of going down that road?
Me personally, making the music and seeing what people's reactions are, that's not the hard part at all to me, because we make such a variety of music. So we make them real songs, we make them positive songs, we make those songs that girls can twerk to and all that stuff like that. So because we have such a range of music, we are capturing so many people. I'm a little bit older than him, so even if it's people that's younger than him, it's like a perfect mesh of our brains together. Like it's literally like he can think of something or some idea. He can write a verse coming from a younger person's standpoint. I can write the verse to the same beat coming from a kind of a seasoned veteran type of OG type of status, and it's like when we actually record the music, all ages, however it is, can listen to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So since we have that wide range of music, it's not difficult. Honestly, the hardest part to us is just like the promo and marketing. That's that's a big thing with us. So after we get that visual.
But for y'all, I mean, your struggle may be different from his struggle, but based on this path that you chose to go down, what do you find most challenging in that course?
Yeah, I'm about to say, me
This
personally,
ain't no time, man. Y'all move like gods, man. We gonna go ahead and clap
I
it
ain't
up.
trying to beef with
That's
nobody.
a responsibility.
Look, as long as there's some women involved, as long as it's talking about some money involved and all of that, me personally, I think that everybody enjoys making money.
That's the responsibility of God, man. Niggas like, yo, what the problem
about,
is, yo? I don't see a problem, yo. What the problem is? What problem with what? I don't got a problem with nothing.
You want the beef,
bro?
Trust
me. That's the response
have y'all
of
ever had a beef?
No.
Have y'all ever had anybody steal any of your music, words, or style?
Well, you want to go first?
I can say we helped a lot of people start their career.
Okay.
And then when they got
didn't
on
give
their
y'all the love, though, did they?
Me personally,
he took the humble route.
I think they reached.
I like that. He took the humble route.
No, it's a lot of people that when we first started many years ago, that was just around because naturally it was like so many people around. They wanted to hear the music. They wanted to be incorporated into the whole process. And then when they felt like, man, I could do this on my own and not give no credit, that's cool. Go ahead and do you, brother. Until they try to do it on their own, and then they see, damn, I gotta pay my own money for this beat, for the studio session to get it mixed and mastered. Damn, I didn't even get the promo and marketing yet. Damn, I gotta pay people, the videographer, for the visual. Damn, I gotta pay and do this to get people in the video. So when they realize that process was
all right, so let's address the big elephant in the room then too, because you have a lot of young men, especially, and a lot of men, period, that want to rap and aspire to rap and do what y'all do. You feel what I'm saying? But I would ask, do you guys get the beats from YouTube? You get your own beats, and you know what I'm saying? What does it take to even produce such a track?
In the beginning, it was mostly like YouTube and all that. But
okay,
him, like, I'm gonna give credit to him.
Y'all just don't credit, yo.
Yeah,
I like that, yo. We love that. We gonna clap it up for y'all, yo. Y'all just give too much credit, yo. Man.
No, but
and it's never enough credit for real.
He'll get tired of like, man, yeah, we making all these, I guess mainstream beats or whatever. But about time we need to get paid.
What do you call them again?
Mainstream beats.
Yeah, and honestly, all of those add to the process. So I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but shit, if you're gonna rap over this Lil Wayne beat, this Drake beat, and all that, you at least need to have one original in the chamber as well. Something to counter that. Yeah, people, this Drake beat or this Kendrick Lamar beat, whatever. Yeah, it's a nice beat and you rapped over it, but you ain't really had to think about nothing for that other than the lyrics. You ain't had to think about or help with the beat making process or nothing. You just rapping on the beat that came out and everybody loved already, which is cool. You can use that for promo on your Instagram. That could be a video, a reel that you put on your Instagram. You freestyling to this Drake beat. But on the same token, after a while, that start to get a little old. These people out here want to see, how do you actually feel? How did you grow up? How is your mental right now? It's a lot of every person go through different things. So the story that you can put out there, it's way more appreciated on an original beat. Whether you had I'm not necessarily a fan of YouTube beats, but even still, when somebody say something about a YouTube beat, me personally, I look to see the producer. I go on his actual website. I go search him on the gram. Most producers, they on BeatStars or some other type of website where you can see the different, how much they charge for the exclusives. And it's me, I dig in a little deeper other than, this is a YouTube beat. Let me download this on this website just so I can have it, and I leased it for $20.
right.
Yo, what you just said is like bars on so many levels. Like people will get that as they progress along.
They don't know what
process.
original is.
And
They don't know what original is.
and the leasing of the beats, it sounds so I ain't gonna say profitable. It's so you're so attracted to it because leasing beats it only may be for $30. And you think this beat is yours when it's not. A lot of people don't read that fine print. Hey, yo, you can't get more than 5,000 streams on Spotify. Now, it's very rare that this producer is going to find somebody from Green Mountain rapping on his beat. But at the end of the day, you don't know if that song is going to take off.
Yeah.
So if that song take off and you got 200,000 streams off of Spotify, but you leased the beat and you weren't supposed to go past 5,000 streams on that whatever, that producer can sue your ass. A lot of people don't realize that until the producer hits you up and try to sue your ass.
It's crazy.
But that's teaching a brother.
I kind of realized that too, and let me tell you how much of a knucklehead I am. You understand what I'm saying? Like the way I say it is like, look, if I'm rapping and all that other stuff, look, I don't care if you get all the money. I got all the recognition from it. So even though people gonna be looking for the money, I can make another one of those songs. You understand what I'm saying? Me personally, I can recreate another one. I've
been through this with them.
Or sometimes I'll tell him, hey yo, if you gonna lease the beat, just so we can have like, just say if we can find out the like how we gonna rap to it and all that stuff, that's cool. But by the time that you trying to release this to the public, if you talking about leasing, at least do the premium leasing to where it's still no restrictions and you can do whatever you want to it. The sucky part is though, if somebody buys the exclusive rights to fully own it, you can't do that.
Done,
no
son.
So my goal,
my goal,
and we talk about it all the time. My goal, yo, if you don't have a producer that you know in your city, whatever that you working with, if you going on those websites, the BeatStars and all of that, try your hardest to buy the exclusive right to where you own that beat and that's your song. So no matter what, now granted, yes, it costs more money. Me personally, I would rather chunk up that $200-$300, and this is my beat, and I can do whatever I want, than somebody pay the $50, $100, and you lease it, and you gotta watch the actual streams to make sure you don't go over a certain number. Because if that producer get any wind of what you're doing, he can sue your ass and take you to court.
That's what they do.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm always a fan.
Man, we got
always
clap it up
a
for
fan
that
of
one, bro.
exclusive. Now during
you
the
a teacher
process,
though, you don't do this podcast. You a teacher that stuff.
now if it's just like in those beginning
He's schooling him.
stages,
He rolling dice right now. He's schooling him right now. He's schooling
if
him.
it's like those beginning stages, just to see, oh yo, I like this beat. Let me send this to my mans to see if he fuck with the beat and all right, let's get in the writing. Yo, let's do all right, yo, you can lease it. We can do that. But by the time that all of this has been perfected as far as how we gonna rap on it, how we plan on especially if you plan on doing some promo and marketing to it, that's like shooting yourself in the foot. You about to spend $100 on promo and marketing, but you only spend $30 on the lease on the beat.
Hey,
that's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Trying to
like,
save $1.
Like yo, you trying to save $1.
Be more for real. The realest conversations on the net. Man,
and
how do you pronounce your name?
These are lessons you learn.
Mahad.
Yes.
Mahad. I don't want to say nothing crazy. Mahad will try to do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So I had to ask you how you pronounce your name. But, I mean, you just came through here and you dropped the bombshell on people. And people don't know it's the realest conversation on the net, on the internet. So do us a favor. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Man, I mean, you won't find this conversation any other place because, other people are trying to masquerade and fake like they can't give you this information. They're gonna charge you to the game.
They want to get something.
If you want some free game, man, tap in with us. It's your weekly dose of reality. It's rated R for reality. Be more for real. We got one of the realest people, one of the realest brothers that you will ever meet on the set right here, man. It's just a pleasure and a blessing to have y'all on here, like for real, like
and a lot of people,
for real.
And honestly, since I'm a little bit older than him, me and just say like my family, I ain't have no musically inclined people in my family. So I'm speaking off of experience. I used to be that brother 10, 15 years ago trying to lease beats, and I had nobody to tell me that. I had to do that trial and error. So I would pay that $30, and I think I'm the damn man until they come to promo marketing, sending it to radio stations and all that shit, and they realize. Yo, and a lot of people don't know, depending on the lease or exclusive rights, however you buy it, there's coded in the beat. So that's the radio station and the system
they know straight off the
what
back.
type of leasing that you got. So you're thinking that you about to get this to you, and what you saying to everybody, this is my beat and my song, and you send it to a radio station. When you load that up, how technology is now, they know exactly what you did. They know. And that can affect so much, and especially you don't know what song is going. A lot of artists, you know you nice, but you don't know what specific song is going to pop off, and it just sucks to hear people. Oh, yo, I had this song, got this played in the strip club and all of this, and when some celebrity or some radio station went to go promote it, and now they have not flagged it, you now have gotten that good song wiped off your whole damn catalog because of you bought a lease and not investing in yourself in the exclusive. So I'm always a fan.
I mean, it sounds like the startup cost is much though, and that's how these record labels and stuff really do be striking people. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they give you $1 million deal up front, but you got to think about the studio time, who's investing in the studio, paying the engineer, paying for the equipment that's being used to engineer your craft and stuff like that. These are the behind the scenes costs that a lot of people mess up and trip up at. And I believe this wholeheartedly. This is why people that make music independently and can find an independent distributor and they distribute their music independently of mainstream music. When you find an artist like that and you really like them, you need to really put them out there. You really need to follow them. They really, really need to more than anything else, because the mainstream people, they got the promotion and everything like that. It's the people that's doing it independently, that's starting their own record label, the people that's starting from the ground up. Those are the people that need the most support. It's like we always support the people that got dollars.
And I also tell people every part of the process is equally important. So down to how you record your song. I don't know how we got to a point where people just think they can record it anyhow, anyway. Yo, it's good if you got your own laptop and your mic. That's fine. But at least make sure you paying somebody of quality to mix and master that so it can sound how it's supposed to. Some people just are so worried about the quantity and not the quality. So it's like, yo, you pushing out these 5 to 10 songs, but bro, I can tell you recorded that in your kitchen. Like, not everybody got the same amount of money. Everybody got different processes and different steps. And some people live in the worst trenches in Baltimore. Some people have the privilege of having a nice, everybody have their own story. But at the end of the day, these fans that's listening to your music, they don't give a shit about none of that. They want to hear some good quality music. But every part of the process is important. How you record it, even down to the visuals. And I know this, everything I say, I've been through this, the trial and error, because I ain't had nobody helping me. A lot of my early videos from like 15 years ago and shit, like I had this one song called For My City. I had a Baltimore, Maryland hoodie on, and I had a Detroit Pistons hat on. Wasn't even thinking, wasn't even, but I was just so happy to release this song. Like, yo, let me release. Oh, people been talking about it.
Meanwhile, everybody on the internet talking about, yo, why he got a Pistons hat on?
Of course, you know they caught everything.
But instead of getting mad, I took that on the chin. I was just like, yo, you know what? I should have been smarter than that. I should, you know what? But now when they come to people that I work with now, and definitely with Yr3 been with me for so many years, he know that I'm critiquing everything. Hey, yo, bro. Hey, yo, iron that damn shirt before we get in this damn video. Yo, why is your shit looking so wrinkled? If this is a serious song and you want people to take you serious and you don't even care about your attire that's in the video, like, dang, no, yo, hey, yo, do this.
You're a man after my own heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
it's
right.
Called
you
living and learning. You understand?
In the studio, there's plenty of times we be in the studio, he be sounding kind of crazy, and I'll be like, yo.
He'll literally stop me, like, hey, yo, take a breath, yo. I know you can say that line with more energy. Hey, yo, you don't need to say that many words. Take them last few words out. Damn, and I do that shit. Click instantly, makes that section of the song sound so much more better. And I just be like, but we got that connection. It's just that
Right,
there's so
right.
many
I'm
people
so forward looking to y'all.
and there's so
forward
many
to y'all
people out there
single.
who
You
do not
understand?
have that type of.
And so, given
Y'all know
with
we
that
looking
being said,
forward to
and
this single, y'all.
given with that being said, I want to start with you first. Given with that being said, give people some advice that you really want to give. It don't have to necessarily be about music, but just you living life in general. What's the greatest advice that you can give to somebody
Oh,
else?
wow.
To help them achieve? And then you next.
The greatest advice: do what's best for you. Don't be no follower. Don't worry about how people think about you or none of that.
Right.
Go with your first instinct and believe in yourself.
Man, we're going to go ahead and clap that up.
You got to.
In yourself.
At the end of the day, all you got is yourself.
Right.
People be like, I'm gonna be your day one to the end and all that. They'll flop on you the next day.
Right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Real.
Yeah, go ahead.
With me, I would say if it's something that you're serious about, not even just music, anything in life, be fully dedicated. Don't half-ass it, because at the end of the day, even if you get past temporarily, even if you make it to the next step, people recognize when you're not giving your all. People can see whether it's your facial expressions, how you carry yourself. People can tell eventually when you faking it. So it's kind of like building off of what he said, but give your all. I don't care what it is, whether it's you want to get certifications in certain jobs, or you thinking about going back to school to get this engineering degree, or you want to go to school, whatever, get certifications for nursing or whatever it is. Give your all, because you'll see that that final result is way better than somebody who half-assed the process. And in my younger years, I did a lot of half-assing, and I seen that the product and the results and how people reacted to it wasn't what I wanted. And then, yeah, yo, because you half-assed part of this process. No, it's gonna be struggles. Don't run away from the struggle, because that's gonna make you better in whatever field you trying to get into. Go through them struggles. Learn as much as you can in those struggling times. Because when you finally get it, and when it finally click, and when people start seeing and recognizing what you're doing, that love and the response is way different. How them jobs look at you is gonna be way different. They can tell when you half-assing. And us, I can speak for men, black men specifically. Collectively, we do a lot of half-assing, and people can tell when we half-assing. Like I said, you can get past today, you can get past tomorrow, next week, but a month from now, 2 months from now, people gonna see like, yo, you've been half-assing this long. We not about to give you this job opportunity. This dude been going to the library every day to
You
study
built
these
up a
books.
half-ass
These
resume.
books. Oh, you ain't been studying at all. Oh, okay. We see no, like no matter what you doing in life, give it your all, 110%. And make sure you embrace them struggling times. Don't think that you can get famous overnight and just have no struggling at all. Every single piece of life, no matter what area or field you're trying to get into, there's going to be struggling, hard days that you're going to have to deal with. Soak that in, learn as much as you can, because when the next step comes, you're going to be ready for it, and you're going to be there when that opportunity presents itself.
Come on,
that was some good stuff.
Wisdom.
That was some good
Now
stuff.
you see these guys for BMore4Real. That's what I'm talking about. So you can't wait for this thing, okay?
BMore4Real, the realest conversations ever, man. Anywhere,
Yes, man.
anywhere on the
You
internet,
understand?
man.
This positivity.
Rated R for reality.
Me and him had this conversation.
Hey, by the way,
so
if y'all Instagram, look, we can't see your comments, so if you would like for us to see your comments, we would definitely need you to go over to the YouTube and comment on YouTube, so we make sure that we can see your comments and stuff like that. Definitely make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also give us a comment so we know how you feel, what you think about the situations, or any and all comments are welcome, whether you agree or disagree. Uncle Wayne, we've been doing this for a little minute now. What's some advice that you would like to give to the people? Just some good advice.
Let me tell you some
in
good
the
advice.
same manner.
Listen, this is Juneteenth. We free, y'all.
Mm.
Do y'all realize we are free for real? This is the thing. We don't act like it. We don't. We act like we are scared. We so afraid of white man law. Imagine if we were afraid of God law like we were white man law, things would be totally different. We need some unconditional love.
Facts.
That's what we're missing, y'all. That's why we the way we are. We sit here and hear some of this advice and this information we had here and how they conduct their life here on out. Take some of this advice. You know what I'm saying?
And also too, out of everything that me and Wild 3 been saying, we not perfect. I'm a work in progress. So everything that I'm
Uh-huh.
saying
All
to
good
y'all
advice.
and talking to y'all about, man, I'm not perfect. It's some days shit. I don't want to go through this. I don't want to deal with this. But that's where your close ones come in. That's when it's like, yo, he could tell me, man, don't give up, man. Man, don't even worry about that, man. You got it. That positive reinforcement, just as my bro. And I don't talk to this man every day, but when I do, it's always something uplifting, sticking to it. Hey, yo, look, man, keep doing what you doing. You know what I mean?
Need
And
that.
that's what we
That
need
pat
more
on that
of.
back.
Because like I said, we not perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. If anybody who really know me over all these years, they know how I used to be. And it was certain things that I went through. That's why I can say certain things now. Because they know how I used to be. They know I ain't give a sorry, curse, but you know, they know I don't give a shit about a lot of things from back in the day. You know what I mean? But just through trial and error, having people, close people that want to see you get better. That's the key thing. So we ain't even necessarily gotta be family.
That
It ain't
unconditional love.
like it's just knowing that, like me, I can say all this advice and stuff even with him because I want to see this man get better. Somebody who's interested in music, even if I don't know you, if you want to have a conversation, hey bro, I can say certain things. Everything I
deep,
say
man.
you may
That's
not
deep.
like, but if you can get one piece of information out of what I say,
Deep.
your life is getting better.
Deep.
That's what I say. Not everybody
Hey, yeah,
got
pause on that
got
one.
the complete answer. Nobody got all the answers, but if I sit down and talk to you, and out of the 10 things you said, I can take one of those things out and better my life with it, man, that's
Mission
a gift from God to
accomplished.
me. Like that's
accomplished.
a blessing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm good with that
Right
one.
now, I'm at a stage like, and if it ain't that positive, you gotta move around.
Right.
You got to. I ain't afraid to cut nobody off right now.
That's
Seriously.
deep.
That's a father.
You
That's
gotta
deep.
move around.
That's a
deep.
that's a
You gotta
father
move
for you.
around.
Hey,
Cause
that'll
look,
keep you out of depression.
right,
I'm telling you.
I'm not afraid to cut nobody off
Keep
right
you
now.
out of depression.
and all the negativity, especially when you have kids, it's like, yo, you bringing all this negative energy and not even just like the negative actions around you, that negative energy, yo, you can feel when the vibes is off. So you mean to tell me I'm trying to take care of my wife, my kids, all this stuff, and now you trying to deter me from my route? You ain't even adding to what I'm trying to do.
That
You not
negative
giving me
demons
no
around.
energy is
do.
real.
Yeah,
Like
right.
yo, a lot
real.
of people don't
Absolutely.
realize like negative energy is real. So
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
even when we feel like we, falling off a little bit, nah, that's as my bro. Hey, yo, man, don't worry about that. He picked me up. Same vice versa. Hey, yo, don't worry about that. Yo, I got this. So we can have these things and have these conversations because we actually go through it to this day.
Y'all are
Man,
true
for
That's
real.
what's the
blessings,
problem
brother.
with a lot of us.
Y'all
We
are
gonna
The
cut
true
that up.
problem,
blessings.
the problem with a lot of us, they scared to be judged or take criticism.
Right.
And
Right.
That's the main problem with our
That's why
black
they
people.
don't understand unconditional love. That's when people say tough love. There's no such thing as tough love. That's part of unconditional love. Get it? You understand?
Most definitely.
Y'all wasn't
Man,
niggas
hold on.
was
Let me
just on
let me say
time.
this because this
sir.
this has been pressing me as well too, and it relates to music as it relates to life as well. And one thing I wanted to stress to the people is think about doing things by yourself and how much hard work it takes to do things by yourself. And then I want people to think about if you had a team, if you had somebody with you, if you had somebody in your corner or a few people in your corner, and how fast you could achieve and get things done. They often say if one could chase 1,000, two could chase 10,000. The growth could be exponentially. But I say that to say this. It sounds good, but how practical is it to life? We got to learn to apply the things that we know. Let's say that I'm the movie producer. I'm shooting the videos. I'm doing the beats. I'm doing the rapping on the track. I'm doing the mastering and the mixing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all this myself. You know what essentially that you are? You're yourself marketer, right? Let's say you're doing everything by yourself. You become your own self marketer. And the problem with that is that, you have to market yourself. But let's say that you have other people in it with you. Let's say you got somebody that do your beats. Let's say that you got somebody that actually mix and master the track. Let's say you got somebody that actually engineer the beats. Let's say you got somebody that actually is a manager and book shows and all that stuff. Now you got a whole team. So what happens is you got other people marketing the same thing that you're a part of, that same goal. You know what I'm saying? Other people are in that same marketing strategy, and you don't have to market as much. They can say, look, I shot this video. Yo, I mixed it. I made this song. I did the beat to this song. Yo, I mixed and mastered this song. Yo, I booked this show. I did this venue. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other people marketing for you. The problem is we put too much weight on our own shoulders. And I'm speaking to myself. Trust and believe that when I'm preaching to the people, I'm also speaking to myself. I'm preaching to myself. We put so much on our own back. And then we try to blame the devil for obstacles that we then took on our own back, and we chose to do it. So I would say through and through to get more people involved in what we're doing.
Most definitely. I got a question for you though. Do you feel like, because where we from is like a cribs in the bucket city?
Right.
Do you feel like after all the people involved, somebody going to eventually try to pull you down or get
I
jealous
mean,
from
yeah,
you?
absolutely.
Or,
That's a great question. I would say absolutely.
That's what usually happens.
that's what I'm saying.
I would say
Get it.
absolutely, but this is the thing. If I sit and worry about something that's outside my control, how somebody will betray me, then no. When my problem is if I give a person a stick to hit me in the head with, you know what I'm saying? Now, look, I know that you might not be that close, and I'm sitting here telling you, or well, I'm doing a whole bunch of legal activities that can get me in jail or something like that, or look, this the way I'm spending the books or doing something illegal with the books or whatever. That's where people mess up at. You thinking this a homie? No, when the time come, he gonna say, "Yo, this dude been cheating his taxes." You know what I'm saying? They gonna act just like a straight up girl. You know what I'm saying? They gonna air all that dirty
Look
laundry
at
out in the
Jesus
street.
and the disciples.
You feel what I'm saying?
Do you see what I mean? Look
Yeah.
at Jesus and the disciples.
I don't know that
That's
nigga,
exactly-
boy. Yeah.
Give them your all.
Boy, that ain't my
look
man,
what you
boy.
get
Quick
in
in a
return.
heartbeat. But what I would say that me personally, I feel it as a form of flattery for somebody to copy me. If I give you some game and I give you some game for free, even if you try to use it against me, then I'm under the same guidelines as you. I'm not no different just because I'm the one relaying the message. I like being a person that's also guilty of the same charges that I'm speaking of, because then that makes me relatable to the subject. It'd be some shit that if I ain't never been in the streets, I ain't never sold a drug, and I'm trying to tell drug dealers and niggas ain't up and people that been in the streets, and I ain't never sold drugs or been in the streets some stuff. I mean, how much can you tell them, literally? You know what I'm saying? And then at a certain point, they're going to know, like, yo, this nigga don't know nothing about the street. This nigga don't know nothing about selling drugs. You can just start the talking. And the more you talk, the more you want to expose yourself. So I want to be the person that is in the same guidelines. Like, yo, whatever I say, it cut my own head off, too. I'm not just telling you because I think I'm better than you and I want to be better than you. No, I'm telling you this. And while I'm telling you this, I'm preaching to myself. I fall victim to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We can overcome this together. But what we're not going to do is fake and funk and act like your shit don't stink, or I'm not gonna act like my shit don't stink when I hit the toilet either. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this shit together. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where I think we need to grow at as black men. You know what I'm saying? Getting our shit together. Look, I'm no better than you, you know better than me. I don't care if you made $1 million, I made $1. Look, brother, we both hustling towards the same goal. I made $1 today, you made $1 million. Yo, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't have to give me $1 because you made $1 million. You be
only
like, look,
if.
you made $1 a day, my nigga. Tomorrow you gonna make $2, $3, $4, $5, $10.
Only
I'm
if.
not asking you for $30,000.
Look how y'all get along.
Because you got $1 million.
Imagine if all of us were like that.
And,
Right.
Good
No, you
God
go.
Almighty.
No, go ahead. Right.
But the thing about like us too, we don't ever look at like this person's on top of this person.
Right.
Can you imagine if we were all that way?
And-
Good
and-
God
and-
Almighty.
I ain't never know he over me. Like he started music before me.
That's what
Right.
But he don't look at me as like, oh, since I started before
That
you,
envy demon is not there. You
And-
see, that envy demon is not there.
and me personally,
It's on.
empathy was a very big thing for me.
Man, hold up. You just said a word that I was gonna post that as a word of the day. Empathy, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. I love you went there.
I mean, of course y'all don't know, but just giving like my story and all of that. I don't have any blood relatives in Baltimore. Like, so the uncles, aunts, grandmothers, and all that. Me growing up, I didn't necessarily have that privilege to lean on a cousin. I'm going to grandma's house, this. A lot of things me, my mother, and my brother had to figure that shit out. Like, we had to do it. But when I go out there in these streets and I literally would see people going through things, and they got this whole big friend group of friends and all this family, and ain't nobody want to even just give you a ride down the street. Hey, yo, look here, bro. Uh, if I'm gonna be hanging with you, bro, yo, if you need to go to the gas station, bro, I got you. Or what you doing music, yo, let me come, yo, I'll record you while you in there. I never had it in my heart to be, yo, I'm gonna make you feel like I'm better than you. No, yeah, yo, dog, if this is something you want to do, yo, especially if I feel like you my friend, yo, I'm gonna support you no matter what it is. Hey, yo, just like with him, hey, yo, I know how it is to not have a studio, no studio, or nobody want to take you to a studio.
Right.
So with me, when I found somewhere to go, hey, yo, I know Wild 3. I know you interested in rapping, yo. Come with me to the studio, yo. He ain't got to rap on no song, but me just knowing it's something that he's having a problem with, and me calling you my friend, yo, I'm gonna bring you to the water. Like I'm gonna bring, if I know that I can get to the water, yo, you have interest in getting to the water, yo, I'm gonna bring you there, bro.
But I want to go back to what you was talking about with empathy, because that was man, and I love what you just said. By the way, I love what you just said. But empathy, that was one word that I wanted to stick, because I think that a lot of us have lost empathy, especially especially us as a culture. You know what I'm saying? We used to have empathy because some niggas was house niggas, some niggas was field niggas. Look, we knew we was still nigga though. We knew how to still relate because we was still nigga. Master make it rain on you just like he make it rain on me. It don't make no difference. You understand what I'm saying? But now it's just like, yo, oh, you a field nigga. I'm in the house. I'm getting crumbs off the master's table.
Right.
It's a lot different now. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the more you get, the more you try to excuse my language, but shit on the next person and be like, yo, nigga, get it out the bootstraps. I got it. You got it. You can do it too. You can get out the mud, when like that's not always the case. And it's so detrimental to our community because empathy is what we lack. See, what empathy is, and what we have to explain to people is empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. That's the best way to put it. You know how we always say, look, you can't walk a mile in my shoes. You can't walk a mile in my shoes. Right. That's very important because nobody can walk a mile in anybody's shoes. It don't matter how tough or how good your situation was. If you try to put your shoes on, if you try to wear somebody else's shoes, you probably wouldn't be able to survive what they've been through. It don't matter what they've been through. But I said that to say this. Empathy is something that we lost as a people. It's something not just as black people, but as a culture in America. It's just like, regardless of your circumstance, me doing better than you, I start to laugh at you. You know, when your shoes, when you got busted up shoes and all that stuff, your shoes talk and they make fun of you, they bully you. When you got bad clothes, you smell bad, they say something about that. You could do everything good, but the moment you do something bad, they're gonna report that as well too. Right. So it's like a hater effect. It's like you forget the empathy. The empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. We forget. I'm gonna give you a prime example. And I'm going to put it short and sweet, just like this. I see people on the line all the time joking about dead people. But let that be one of your relatives, though. Correct. You are not going to be so happy that these people joking about your people's dying like that. Yeah, talking about smoking on Tuka and all that other stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. Thank you. Smoking on Tuka. I mean, like, if people was joking on your peoples like that, you would not be happy. So be careful how you speak on the dead. Correct. Because you wouldn't want nobody speaking on your dead relatives and ancestors like that either. But for some reason on the internet, it's very acceptable. So I would say what we have lost is empathy. We think it's just all funny games. When somebody just fall down, get hurt, you can fall down a flight of stairs and break your neck. People going to be sitting there recording on the phone, laughing their ass off instead of dialing 911 trying to get you help. Right. So that's the era that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Just, having empathy. And I'm so glad you brought that up. Man, have empathy. Like, try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. You might not have been through that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter because you're from the city and this nigga from the county, you think this nigga sweet. Like, nigga, try to put yourself in his shoes. That it's just dumb to think like that. Just because you know how to swim in the waters and all that stuff, and this person don't mean that he don't know how to navigate no waters because he don't know how to swim. Just because this person don't have no children, it don't mean they can't tell you nothing about having a child. Like, that's nonsense. People have empathy. That's what we're supposed to do as humans is empathize. Like, have that empathy. That's a very important thing. And it stuck out to me the moment you even use that word.
And it's such a big thing with me too, because it's just like everybody just want to feel appreciated, bro. Like as much hard work that everybody puts into just anything you doing in your daily life. Like, people want to just feel respected and appreciated. So even this kind of like, I've been to so many studios in so many different states, and easily. Once I know I'm about to go to a studio or something to record, even if I don't know the engineer, hey yo, what do he like to drink? He like to smoke blacks or something, whatever. Whatever that engineer like. At some point in that beginning stage, yo, I'll just bring that as a gift. Hey, yo, bro, you helping us right now. Hey, yo, you opened up your studio for us to come in here. We about to be in here for 3, 4, 5 hours. Who's to say how this studio session gonna go? Hey,
Right.
bro, I appreciate you for all that. Hey, yo, here go this whatever bottle, or here go this extra brick. Yo, that's just on you. Doing something at a festival or somewhere celebrities at, he DM me like, yo, I'm just letting you know I played your song at the festival. Just off the strength of me making him feel appreciated when I go to the studio. Ain't that you providing, but I also want you to feel comfortable in here while we doing all of this shit. And it's just to me, it's just more like, hey, yo, these are more two-way
teaching
street,
lessons that you need to pick up on.
Like, don't think like just because
small things that mean a lot,
right? And just thinking you thinking because you paying for a service that you can treat the engineer however you want. No, yo, you don't know who this engineer know. I know so many producers.
You deal with that a lot.
They would rather deal with somebody like a Mahad and Yr3 than all of these whatever top name and this. Like, hey, yo, he paying me these hundreds of dollars, but he treat me like I'm a piece of shit, like I'm a crumb on the damn floor.
And I'm glad you said that. And, we run out of time as well, but I will say this real quick, man. Us, I mean, we gonna look. We here, so look, we gonna talk as long as we need to. Right. So I will say this. This is something that we do have to get better with as black people, not just black men, but as black people. As black people. Remember it's Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Juneteenth, Black Liberation. Shout out Juneteenth. We go ahead. So look, this is what we need to do as black people. You know what I'm saying? When somebody that you know, that's your family and all that stuff, and they got something going on, don't try to go to them and say, yo, I can get it for the love. Because you don't go to your favorite stores and all that stuff. You don't go to the stuff that you really want to shop at and say, yo, can I get this for the low? And neither can you get away with that. Matter of fact, I would argue that if your man's got it and it costs a little bit more, just because your man's got it, just because your brother, sister, cousin, uncle, brother, mother, cousin got it, pay the higher price to support them and what they got going on. We be wanting these shortcuts when none of us got shortcuts. None of us take shortcuts or can take shorts on the materials and time and all this energy and effort that we provide into honing and sharpening our craft.
It's so how we're pay
them what they owe and give them a tip on top of that.
It's how we're being taught. Nobody's teaching us.
Yeah.
We got to be taught better because you know what we're being taught as a child? When we go to white people, we got to work twice as hard for them.
Mm-hmm.
And with us, we ain't being taught nothing.
Right.
You understand? We're being taught when we go to the white man, when the police, we put our hands up like this. Okay, you see all these things we're being taught?
Right.
We're being taught how to bow down to them. And we're being taught by our parents how to bow down to them.
Right.
You see? Now, do they teach their children to bow down to us? Never.
Absolutely not.
Do they have to change when they come around us? Never.
Absolutely not.
But when we around them, we got to change how we walk, how we talk, how we act, how we dress. You see? It's inconceivable. It makes no sense.
And also, too, just to piggyback on what y'all said, also, too, it's about knowing your worth. I can honestly say too, just how you said, our parents and stuff. Not saying that our parents didn't know what they're worth, but it just seemed over time got accustomed to being satisfied with the bare minimum. Know your worth, brother. If you know you in the studio day in and day out, hours and all that, creating these beats, don't be just giving out these beats for free, or stand your ground. Hey, yo, this beat is $100, $200, $300. Know your worth. If you young lady, if you know that you modeling and all of this, don't let nobody push you around and act like you a crumb on the floor. No, know your worth. And in 2024 is no excuse for anything. We got the resources. Even if your family don't tell you or help you recognize your worth, yo, it's over millions of people in this damn country. And Baltimore, we love it, but shit.
And let's apply what you're saying too in real life, man. Because oftentimes things like this, it sounds so good, but we don't know how to apply it to real life. Now, let's say somebody tried you in real life. They just try to say something out the way just to try to bully you or something like that, right? And the moment you don't say nothing to that person, right, guess what happens when you're around that person and other people? Other people going to feel like they can play with you in that same manner because you never checked the first person that even played with you like that. This is why it's so important not to play with yourself like that in business. You know what I'm saying? When you know your value, when you know your worth, you stand on your value. If somebody not trying to pay it, let them be, let them go. Because the moment you let somebody play with your value, I don't care if it's your mother, cousin, sister, brother, like I was just talking about, but also in business, there's no such thing as a mother, cousin, brother, or whatever. It's business. This is not personal. This ain't family. You understand what I'm saying? So you pay the price or you don't get the service. It's all about keeping consistency. If you let somebody play with you in this business and in this life, and they know they can get a beat from you for free on the arm and keep on playing with you, you let somebody know that they can get a verse from you or get you to go up there and perform, and you're just gonna do it for free. I can understand charity events and doing it for free sometimes. I can understand all that stuff, but to do this as a living, to put your life into it and not get no life out of it, does not make any economical, literal, or financial sense. So we gotta look at that way and apply that. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm Uncle Wayne. Every situation is different.
Every situation is.
Every situation.
Correct. That's why I said we can understand charity events. Like we had the Father's Day events. Like we had the Father's Day events and all of that.
Every situation.
We had the Father's Day events and all of that. Right. We had stuff that along with the women empowering women. We had a bunch of collabs with other people that we didn't get paid on because it wasn't about the money. I mean that goes without saying. But when you work, you should get paid. And then another thing, too, if you believe in the Bible says it's an abomination to screw a man out of his wages. So now that I told you, you're responsible for it. So if somebody works and you don't pay them accordingly, you are hated by the Most High. That's what he said. He hate actions like that. He hate for somebody to do something. It's a crime. It's one of the worst crimes you can commit. You work, you get paid. You don't. That's why slavery was so bad. We talking about Juneteenth and all this stuff. These people worked. They built America. They built a lot of places around the world, and they did not get paid.
Well, let me ask you something real quick. Since you men are this age and I'm 61, let me ask you: do you actually understand why slavery was done in the first place? Let's talk about this while we got a few minutes left. Do you understand why slavery was allowed in the first place? Since you are that age, you understand why God allowed it. You understand the free part, but why would you think we were allowed slavery in the first place?
Oh,
you ever thought about it?
Y'all want?
You gotta think about it. You gotta understand.
Speaking to the mic. Okay, yeah. Be more for real, man. Let's be more for real. We appreciate the real.
Be more for real. Yeah. Since I'm Uncle Wayne at 61, I know you have to cross your mind that God don't hate black folks. You don't think that he does. You don't think about it ever crossed your mind?
Yeah.
Me personally.
Yeah.
Out of any type of knowledge that I gained in my lifetime, I can honestly say it was sparked by my mother. And my mother is like, of course, the 60s and 70s and stuff was a different time. So, and she's from New Jersey, but that Newark, New Jersey, New York type of vibe.
Shout out to
So me growing up, out of all my friends, my mother was teaching me all about that stuff from 5 years old, whether it was not necessarily like Muslim ways, but just more so how to hold your head up high, being open to knowledge, information, studying, don't believe what's in them textbooks at school. And, so I always dug a little deeper. More specifically, slavery, I always just seen it as a money grab, but we were so powerful, it scared the shit out of a lot of people in the world. But I feel like them white folks, there was the Europeans and all of that at that time. Their finessing and propaganda and all that was a little bit more ahead than where we was at. Once they infiltrated what we had, our kingdom and things that we already had and was building in Africa. How can I put it? What's the word I'm looking for? You're only as strong as your weakest link.
All right.
So
Deep.
Talk that talk.
I think and just from a lot of the research and stuff that I did, and I'm still learning, so I don't know all the information. I think they at the time, back all them hundreds of years ago, they tried to infiltrate. A lot of times it didn't work, but I think it took for that one black person or those few black people who got swindled by what those Europeans was offering, and it fucked up a lot. And once they got that one foot in the door, and they was able to capture and manipulate the masses and put us on them damn ships to come over here, I think that they knocked us back so far. They knocked us back so far, but by the time that, even when they say that they abolished slavery, it still took us a while to get back on our feet, just because they affected the mental. That was the first thing to me in my researching. They got us to question our mental and our worth first before they actually started doing physical things to us and harming us and killing us and raping us and just the simple things.
That's what you mean by knowing your worth.
Goodness, I'm gonna say this, man. Look,
what do you think?
And this is all the general. Like, I can dig a lot deeper, but
I found out that a lot of ways to connect with people is to put events in real life, right?
Correct.
So now when you say, why did slavery happen and do we know why slavery happened? Let's look at life and what makes a person a slave. What makes us a slave is our own decisions. Now, remember, people thought Kanye West was crazy when he said, yo, slavery was a choice. They didn't understand what he was saying. Slavery was a choice because black people, like now with the politicians and all that stuff, we chose to do nothing about it. They know about us as a people. If you think about it, how could a whole entire world conspire against a specific population and a specific group of people? First of all, these specific group of people got to possess something that's of value, that's worth hiding, and that's worth putting in secret to the world. Number one. Number two, what makes you a slave, more importantly, to answer your question, what makes us a slave is our choice. We are slaves of our own choices. Notice how it's easy to get in trouble, right? It only take a moment to get in trouble, but it could take a whole lifetime to get out of. Some people never even make it out of trouble. Sometimes your trouble can cost you your entire life. Like, bro, you no longer exist on this side of heaven no more. On this side of heaven, you don't even exist no more because you done messed up so bad. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we look at slavery, we have to look at we are a slave of our own choices. And see, being a slave is not always bad. If you're a slave to yourself and you're a slave to good choices, you're going to reap the benefits of slaving in that manner. The Bible say for the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. It's a lot of harvest, but the people that made sure this event came together and made it popping, it was only a few people. That's why only a few people profit from the event. See, y'all only get the stuff on the surface, on the outside. Y'all get the music and all the stuff, but these people getting paid now because they didn't already planted the crops and they watered them, they watched them grow. Now they selling the crops. So they getting paid on the back end. As a matter of fact, they sold one apple seed or one orange seed, and you get a whole apple tree and a whole banana seed back. You get 10-fold, 20-fold, 50-fold, 100-fold. But see, it's still slavery on the back end, though. You slave to yourself, you're a slave to your decision, and you're a slave to your choices. That's what makes us a man. That's what makes us a living vessel. That's what gives us free will, your choices. So we chose, just like now, we chose not to vote Uncle Wayne for mayor of Baltimore City. It's dumb. You understand what I'm saying? Because we never had a plan. We never had somebody to say, yo, we're going to do something with the dirt bikes. We're going to do something with all that. That's taboo to people. So us with our own minds, we don't even think enough to even vote. We don't even think our vote matters. But see, on the flip side, like I said, we become a slave of our choices. Now we got the government making laws against us that we know is against us. Well, nigga, you ain't vote. Nigga, you ain't in office. Nigga, you ain't running for no office. You're not doing nothing. How could you even complain about something that you're not even consuming? I think really, I'm not saying that you can't complain about something you're not consuming, but to be honest with you, the most people that got a right to complain is the ones that's consuming the product. If I bought something from your store, I got a right to complain. Look, this TV came at me, it wasn't working.
Right.
But if I never bought nothing from you in the first place, what the hell is you complaining for? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you couldn't have a valid complaint. It could be customer service, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying applying what we're saying to real life. The reason why we were slaves and all that stuff, because we were ignorant of our own choices. We were ignorant of who we are. And that's the number one thing they did when they made us slaves. They said, yo, forget Kunta Kinte, nigga, you Toby. You don't know who you are no more. You don't know how far can you trace back your ancestry? That's the problem. When you trace back your ancestry and find out where you really came from and who you really are, now you really woke because you're aware of what's going on around you. See, people fail to realize, like I said again, and I'm sorry for taking so long going on this rant, but being woke means you are aware of what's going on around you. It don't mean you smart. It don't mean that you're intelligent. Being woke or being conscious, you know, they say the conscious community, being conscious, to be conscious in real life means that you know what's going on around you. We don't know as a people what's going on around us. It's a lot of people making decisions for us. And so there was the famous quote that a wise man once said, that said, yo, if you don't plan for your life, he said, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Because then your life set up into another person plan. Kathy Hughes, I wish we can have her on this podcast too. With the radio. She's on a radio station and she's on a black radio stations, 92Q and all that. Kathy Hughes said, look, because you don't vote, you think your vote is not going to matter. What you did with your non-vote is you gave your best interest to the other party that don't have your interest at heart. By you not voting, it's not that your vote don't matter. When you choose not to vote, that means that the person that's on the other side that don't have your interest at heart, they can get the necessary stuff that they need done. So by you not voting means that by you failing to plan, by you failing to plan, that means that you planned to fail because you gave the other side the opportunity to do everything that they need to do. You gave them the opportunity. That's all I'm gonna say, man. We became slaves because we wasn't thinking in our own mind. If we would have thought in our own mind, why would we don't control things? Look, we made the Underground Railroad, cotton gin press, botanicals, hair movement, all these inventions that we done made.
Most of the shit
how in the world don't we control nothing? We don't. Excuse me. How in the world don't we control anything? But we've made everything. I mean, civilization depends on what black people have taught civilization. Let's be real about it. There was no knowledge unless you came to Egypt and Africa to get knowledge in order to how to be a civilization. That's a fact. That's true history. So where did we come from? Teaching people to be civilized, to being the most uncivilized people on the planet. We are the most uncivilized, uncouth people on the planet. And they glorify that. They put that shit on TV because them other cultures, they don't do that. They don't rap and sing about selling each other poison, killing each other off and all. They do not do that in 2024. They don't do that. They don't do that. Our slavery is our own choice. We choose to do that. Them niggas get there because they got a chain. You got $1 million. I'm going to keep on doing this. I'm going to keep on perpetuating that. And it's not all bad in and of itself. Nigga, you talking about your own circumstances. But no, this day and age is different. This nigga not talking about something he grew up in. He's talking about something that he's doing. Like, nigga, you telling on yourself. Like, come on, you putting that on camera. Like, let's be more for real, bro. There's nothing real about that. And then you can't be blaming the judge. Then the nigga be trying to say, yo, the judge.
Part about it.
That's because I had a white lady judge.
They
and she
make the money off of it.
Bro.
It's not us. They make the money off of it.
Right.
But also too, the mother or the white folks or however you want to put it, the other people, they so successful with it because they playing the long game. They playing the long game. We thinking for the next 2 to 3 years or something of that nature, or just to the end of the year. As long as I got this money, hey, look, it is what it is. These motherfuckers, even just get like Mexicans or whatever. for the longest. We would clown, oh, it's 8 of them living in one house and this. And then you look up 5-10 years later, these motherfuckers got a landscaping business.
Yep.
The Indian people, I don't want to say Habib because I just feel like that's wrong. But
No,
like,
you
the
know
Indian
exactly
people,
what we're talking
they
about.
live like
Absolutely.
10 people in the crib. I remember when I was
Yeah.
young and I used to live in these apartments. Yo, this apartment used to stink so bad, and there was like 10 of them in there. A lot of you not. Within like 5 years, they owned at least about 5-7 Dunkin' Donuts. And I literally, when I started getting a little older, I'm just going there to get some damn coffee. And these the same motherfuckers that was in the apartment building. Go to the Dunkin' Donuts down the street a week or two later. It's the other person that was there. And they literally, it's like they're fine with suffering and struggling for that good 5 to 10 together. Like, that's the thing too. Together as a family, they're fine
Shit.
with putting all their
A
work in.
band and a civic that they
So-
all
so
work
like you
for.
said, we West.
That's true.
Okay.
And I'll be damned. Right now, shit, we talk about this all the time. We don't even like to live with our mother. They don't even like to live with their mother.
Now you, sir. Beautiful. You are, man. You're next.
Yeah, go ahead and say what you need to say because you know.
Because we don't think we're going to live for the day of tomorrow. But slavery, sir. Slavery.
And that's what brings me back to what you were saying why I was in slavery. A lot of times we are slave to our own choices, and see, we try to blame the devil, we try to blame Satan, we try to blame everybody else except for our choices. And I know a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, but the Bible does say this. It say, "Choose you this day who you shall serve. Either you shall serve Yah or Mammon. You can't or money. You can't serve both. You know what I'm saying? Because if your master is money, you're gonna love one and hate the other. That's what's gonna happen. Or you're gonna favor one, one's gonna favor you over the other.
So your
So I mean, like life actually is a choice.
For the love of
life
money.
is a choice and it's a purpose. See, people be doing stuff without a purpose, and you be making choices without a purpose. That's the problem. You can't say if I lay down and have unprotected sex with this woman that you didn't know it would create a baby. See, life is done on purpose. You can't say that, young man or sir or young lady. You understand what I'm saying? You can't say that. Life has purpose. Life literally is a certain distance from the sun, tilt on a certain axis, have seasons. All these intricate stuff has to happen in order for life to exist. So by us making choices that does not have a plan, like I was talking about earlier, then we plan to fail. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like real life, but yeah. It's an excuse, and we always make an excuse for us as humans, but let's not make an excuse for us being the best version of ourselves. But while we at it, I mean, we about to get out of here. We went over time. We appreciate y'all, man. This is a powerful conversation.
We definitely coming back. I like these conversations, man.
This is what we do.
Definitely coming back.
Realest conversations on the net.
We definitely coming back.
You already know. Realest conversations on the net.
Yeah, man. We
Thanks
definitely
for
going to be
joining
back,
us
man.
at this side. It's
Yeah.
Juneteenth.
No.
On Wednesday and BMore4Real.
We're going to talk about the real.
brother.
And look, even if somebody agree, because
Empathy.
we don't have all the answers, and we able to be corrected. You know what I'm saying? So, okay,
Just like
if
that.
we wrong about something, okay, say we wrong. You know what I'm saying?
We
No
like
matter-
the feedback.
But we want the raw. It's be more for real,
Hey,
for
listen,
real. You know what I'm saying?
We don't do nothing but the raw.
Yeah.
We like it that way.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
we
if there
wrong,
anything
say that
you all
then.
want to say and end the night,
Oh no! Tell the people where to follow y'all first, and then let us know what y'all
and then
got
if
going
you
on.
want to do, that's
Let us know
feel
y'all name
on
again
out.
and tell them where to follow y'all
Absolutely.
and
And look
everything.
forward
Shout
to
out
it.
who you need to shout out. This is y'all time, man. Go ahead, take the floor.
Shout out to everybody, man. You know, just stay positive, keep listening, don't let nothing get in your way.
For those that don't know understand the Baltimore lingo, I'm gonna try to say it. YR3. YR3. You feel what I'm saying? Underscore. Is it 2 underscores? It's just,
Let him say his thing.
Every
He got it.
podcast we go on,
All
they
right,
be like,
2
how many
underscores
underscores? What is
His own thing. He got it.
2 underscores first. YR3. I want to make sure y'all know the follow. You know what I'm saying? People will say whatever. They try to say whatever about accent. I seen something earlier, man. YR3. Oh, you gotta break it down. Even for me, because I'm slow. I'm like, yo, you got by syllable, damn near, by letter, you gotta spell it out. YR3.
Yeah. Instagram Mahad.Rose, MAHAD.ROSE. Links in the bio. I just got one link and it'll take you to everything that's in the bio on my Instagram. What I can say to the people before we leave, just like Yr3 said, man, be yourself, be empathetic, man. Let's help each other. That's the only way we gonna get out of this rut that we in. And we way further than where we've been. We have a lot of improvements, but man, let's just help each other, man.
Absolutely.
Like man, we've gotten to a point where everybody trying to do it themselves. Hey, look, help your brother. Don't be scared to have a conversation with somebody, no matter how rich, how poor. Anybody can teach you something. As long as you get one thing out of every situation that you in, man, just try to be the best. Like how you said, just try to be the best version of yourself. Get better every day. So.
Be more for real. Realest conversations on the net. Rated R for reality.
Man, tune in with us each and every single Wednesday. Come
definitely a good
come get
show.
your weekly dose
I
of
tell you,
reality.
it was worth the wait, y'all.
I'm your co-host, OMG Danny.
I'm BMore4Real, Uncle Wayne.
Mr. Mahad Rose.
We'll catch you next week, man.
Next
Make sure
week,
y'all stay tuned.
I'm Wayne. BMore4Real.